Thank you, Giulio. Thank you, Shuela, and the team of MIEX. Yes, it's true, almost 20 years together, and I'm still very happy to be part of the MIEX. Uh, I'm a professor of international business, although Italian by origins. I find myself in Sweden, Uppsala University, but I'm collaborated on a regular basis at Bologna and with MIEX. Now, being a professor of international business, I see that this master is a unique solution. So now, without the advertisement, really, if you check online, I know you students always compare programs. This is a rather unique program. Beside what Giulio, Professor Ecchia, just told you about the structure, really, I would like to emphasize the opportunity of being you, a global student. Now, I'm in the area of management, international business, international management. So I would like to spend, if you don't mind, a few words about the content of the program. Because nowadays you can probably say that there is no firm that is directly or indirectly influenced by international environment. Everything that happens around us, good opportunities, but also some turbulence is all coming from the international settings. We know that, we read the newspapers, and I think that this is also great to be emphasized because we will try through the international management different topics to understand how companies, small or large ones, we have many SMEs that are born international. Think about all the internet companies or the companies that are niched in the sense of born global from the beginning with a very special product. So this is also for those of you that might think entrepreneurially, right? Nowadays, you cannot shape up and do a startup without thinking about the international markets. But of course, it's also true that we have a dominant presence of many multinationals. Being that, IKEA, Stellantis, or from China, Huawei, or BYD, we are plenty of companies that come to our markets or that from our markets are going abroad. So we will have to understand these questions. What does it imply to go international? Which are the modalities? Which are the risks and the opportunities? What is the process of internationalization? Before obviously going into later also to subjects like international marketing. How do I sell my product abroad? How do I ship it? The logistics, all the paperwork, for instance. I also take a small note. MIEX offers a lot of sessions which have very practical content. So what does it mean to export a product in a new country? What is the procedure? So from the small micro elements, in order to understand what really means operating or looking at international markets, to the questions which are more probably high end, corporate strategy. How do big multinationals compete with each other around the globe? What is the influence from the political sphere? International relations, nowadays very, very hot topic in relation to the strategy of multinationals. And if we look and dig and understand more these questions, then we can also understand more the European community or the countries, the future opportunities that relies in different continents. I know that the MIEX class always, we have students coming from very different parts of the world. So we will have different perspectives. The emerging countries versus the European Western countries, and all they have very different business logic, which we need to understand in order to collaborate or to compete, for instance. Now, I'm not here, obviously, to tell all the content of our courses. I just wanted to show you some of the quick questions and issues that we will touching upon through the different courses with different professors and different practitioners as well, which I like to underline the fact that we will have practitioners in class, which is a unique opportunity also, beside the contacts that Bologna and the MIEX can offer in terms of contacts with companies. As you know, the Bologna area is very famous around the globe for the many companies, obviously the fancy one, like in the motor industry, being Ducati or the sport cars. but also there is the Food Valley and a lot of opportunities to understand a local context with global reach. I could speak for a very long time, but I tell you that I had also the pleasure to teach to some of you students, former students, that not only did very impressive careers in international companies, but it also very important careers in academic. And with this small example, what I'm stressing the fact is that the MIEX program can prepare you for a lot of different career developments. And I think this is important, and probably also Shuela will tell you more about that. Now, I can talk for a very long time, but I think you are the protagonist. So I will stop here and wait for the questions that you might have instead, so that I can provide you more details. Giulio, I give the word back to you, or if you have any special requirements, I'm still available.